Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Rise and Write with Grace and James. I'm Grace.
And I am James.
And this is a place for creators, collaborators, and fun company for the journey. And this week I am practicing my interview skills on my creative partner, collaborator, and fun company.
That's me.
James Summers. Yeah, James, welcome to your own podcast.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here.
All right, excellent. So our format, this is a workshop a little bit because we're practicing our format. The format is going to be, I'm going to ask James a couple questions about creating, collaborating, how he keeps it fun. We'll talk about some tools, techniques, and resources that he uses to get through his creative day. And we'll see if he has anything else to add that I missed. So that's our format. You ready?
Let's go.
Okay, we are going.
Let's go.
All right.
Who's going?
James.
Yes.
What are you working on?
I'm working on two things with you. One is a thriller that takes place in the Amazon jungle, and the other one is a family comedy.
Excellent. Okay.
Yes.
How do you get in your creative mode?
Well, three things. First of all, I have to work out. If you know me, I have to work out every morning. I do morning pages, which is just 3 pages of just free writing. No editing, no thinking, nothing. And then
I'm laughing because our dog is hacking up something.
That's all right.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
And
morning pages.
The third one is I do a meditation for about 5 or 10 minutes. I usually walk said dog, and then I'm ready to go.
Okay, that is true. He does do all those things, and coffee.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, coffee. That's sort of like
can't leave it out.
Obvious.
Gotta have it.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you collaborate with?
You, but once we get to a certain point, we have a manager. Once we get through the process with him, we then work with a producer, hopefully. If we get through that, then we work with, hopefully, a studio or some other company that moves the project further than that.
That's true. That is very true. Collaboration is hard.
Yes. How
do you deal with those challenges?
Well, with you and I try to keep it fun. If we're working on a comedy and something's funny, it's funny. We make each other laugh. Hopefully we come up with a good joke. We take breaks to well, let's go watch this movie. Let's go watch a segment of some show that might help inspire us. So that's number one. We watch a lot of movies. As far as, sometimes it's just luck. You just get lucky with other people that, you enjoy their company. You like working with them. And, you just try to, I think having a bit of a sense of humor about it all helps a great deal.
That's true. And working on fun projects, yeah. And working with fun people. It's important to be fun if you're collaborating. Let's see. We just talked about how you keep it fun. So you kind of answered my question before.
Yes.
Any other ways you keep, not the work fun, but keep things, we're in it. There are good days and there are some really not so good days.
Yeah, there are days when you really feel like it got worse. Like whatever you're working on, that things, the work actually just got worse and better. And it seems like there's more days like that than days where you feel like you came up with you made it better. A lot of times it doesn't feel that way.
So what do you do on those days when it's not going well?
Well, I think it's what you do when you're done. And, if I can go play tennis or we go for a walk like we're going to do today or we get in the ocean or something like that, usually it's, or go watch it like later tonight, go watch Billions or watch, a movie or something, usually that will help settle our minds or my mind so we're able to gear up in the next day. Once you're done, you're done. You can't spend the rest of the evening ruminating about what you did or didn't do. Easier said than done.
It is way easier. Yeah. What tools or what's your favorite tool that you use?
I know it's boring, and I know but I really like Google because if I'm researching, let's say the jungle, and I'm the Amazon jungle, there's so many things that I read about that are that you would never think about. If we're doing a comedy, it's about weddings, crazy stories at weddings. You'll read about things like, I never in a million years thought that would happen at a wedding, and yet there it did. So a lot of times and I like to read a lot. It could be a newspaper, magazine, books. Those things are all incredibly helpful to me because, like I said, you just learn a lot. Sometimes real life is more interesting than whatever you can come up with yourself.
That is very true. and I know this is Jim's interview, but I want to say that real life is way more interesting than fiction sometimes.
Because I'm reading.
You don't have to make stuff up.
About the Amazon jungle, I mean, I'm reading things that are like, first of all, I'm never going there. This will be the one time where they actually invite me to the shoot. But it is like there are things there that it like blows my mind. The creepy, crawly things that are in that place. Anyway.
I know I have to work on this project, and I don't want to. What techniques do you use to facilitate your writing?
What do you mean?
Like a trick or a technique or... It's okay if nothing comes to mind.
No.
You don't have... Okay. His technique is playing tennis. If we're stuck... just like right before this interview, Jim went out and hit how many tennis balls?
Couple
hundred tennis balls to mellow out before we went live on video. So that's a technique. It's a real technique that calms him down and focuses him. So I'll throw that in. I'll answer for him. What is, we talked about a resource. You mentioned books. I know I live here. There's piles of books everywhere.
Could be worse.
It could
drugs.
be.
Booze bottle. Weapons.
What are you reading right now?
I am reading. I'm reading Soundtracks by John Acuff, which is, in my opinion, his best book, and Never Far Away from Michael Kortka, which is very, very good.
Okay,
which is a thriller.
This is interesting. You read two books at the same time.
Yeah, I'll read a nonfiction and I'll read a fiction usually. I don't like self-help at all, but something that's thought-provoking, might have to do with writing, it might have to do with, life, working out, tennis, doesn't matter. And then at the end, to really kind of mellow, I like to read something that's not about current events, not about news, politics, etc. It's just for fun. And as of late, I've been reading
because there's nothing going on in current events.
I try. Even fiction, even if fiction is too close to real life, I generally avoid it before bed.
Yeah,
that's what I have Twitter for.
This is very true.
Nightmares about what's happening.
We talked about your morning routine. Anything else you want to throw in there?
I think that I think that when you're creating something, you just have to really. I know they say be passionate. I just think you have to be very interested or fascinated with whatever it is you're working on. I'm fascinated by the Amazon jungle, even though it scares me, and it deals with addiction and how some people use one addiction for a more healthy one.
The project, not the jungle. Yeah.
Yes. So I find that to me is fascinating. How so I just think you have to be very interested or fascinated on a subject, on a person, on a character that will keep you going when things are bad and the project isn't going well and it's taking longer than you thought, because ultimately that to me is what I don't like. The passion's overused. I think fascination and real deep interest in whatever it is.
That's a nugget.
Is more important than passion, because I feel like passion can kind of come and go, frankly. I'm passionate about tennis, but I'm not, it's not like something I'm going to make a living at, or I'm going to.
You are fascinated. He is fascinated by tennis. We do a lot of tennis here. I mean, I like to watch tennis, but he is really in it. So
there's money if you're the top 20 in the world.
So anything else? I asked you if there's anything else.
No, that's it.
Is that good?
Yeah, I think
all right.
So sorry about the dog, that hacking. That was.
He likes to crunch when we're on video. So interesting tidbit about the dog. He can't stand when we're together. It drives him crazy.
Two of us.
We can't figure it out. He's fine when we're in the car, but when we sit down at the same table, he gets very wacky. So anyway, it's going to be a challenge to do these interviews, but we're going to do it. We want to thank everybody who jumped in. We just launched. This is our second video. We want to thank everybody who jumped in, who gave us a like and a follow, and who joined our private group. We set up a private group, so we had a place to take the discussions that we're going to have in the videos and go talk to them among ourselves. Because as creative people, we know not everyone shares in the process. They don't always understand the process. But writer to writer, creator to creator, it's energizing and it's exciting to talk about individual processes. So we're excited about that. There'll be links. I'll put links in the comments. I think I'm supposed to do that. I'm learning along the way. We are now on, so last week, just to fill you in, I set up the website. I had a much better Monday than last week. Set up the website. We joined Instagram. We joined Twitter. We're on Facebook. So I'll put all that information in the comments, and hopefully you'll join us on the journey. Next week, Jim is going to interview me. So we're going to flip the coin.
Really?
Yeah, sorry, I know. Welcome to my world. So that'll be next week. But for now, we're going to break this down. We're going to talk about it all week. And until next time, set your alarms for whatever time you feel most creative and productive. And then go rise and write. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.